Okay, it looks like I am live. All right. Okay, if you are able to see me, let me know. My hands are here now. It looks like it's good on my laptop, so I just want to make sure you can hear me and see what's in front of you. I have the delightful floral paper here, which is here, and I've got Card Club Very Best Occasion stamp set, my host code, and you can't see up here, but the box or bag we're going to be making today. Oh, I'm good. Awesome. Hearing and seeing you fine. Sweet. So I had another panic because when I went, I tried to go live and it had that same error. So I guess every single time when I go live, I have to go to advanced settings to switch it from portrait to horizontal. You'd think it would have just stayed the way it was last time, but I guess not. So anyway, we'll wait a couple of minutes just to see if anybody will come on tonight. But I finished Card Club today. It's wicked late, but that's okay. You can only do what you can do, and things got in the way this month, but I think you'll really like it. We'll have about 3.5 days to register for October. It's a very bright and cheerful paper that's here. Also, we'll go over my host code. The 35 we'll talk about, and I think that's about it. So we'll be making this, I don't know, it's a bag, it's not a box, but it's really stiff. I don't know if I call it a bag because it's really stiff with a basic black cardstock. But it kind of resembles a bag, so I called it a bag. This is the one we made at our retreat. If you came to my retreat in Vermont, and then this one here is really not stamped very well, but these were my samples that we did. So I wanted to make this one with some leftover delightful floral designer paper. So all the flowers are cut out, fussy cut out on the sheet for Card Club, but it's super easy to fussy cut. I fussy cut this one here. It's super easy. I actually cut a 6x12 sheet while talking and FaceTiming with my father today. So it's very easy to do. Okay, so just to get a little bit of house cleaning going here, I've got my host code for October. It runs the whole month of October. With any purchase of $35 or more, you're going to receive a bottle of liquid glue, which I clean my desk off, and some things are just not around because I just put some new paper on my desk and cleaned it up, but this is a brand new bottle of glue. So you'll receive that, and any order of $50 or more will include the glue plus an embellishment or ribbon from my craft room. I never know what I'm going to have in my craft room because of some things going on back order. Excuse me, but it'll be something great. You'll have to use my host code, which is right here. Hold on just a second. Oh, of course, I gotta get up my drink. Okay, so you'll have to use the host code, and the URL is right here. It's very, very easy. This will bring you right to my website along with the host code. It's embedded there, so you don't have to remember anything about that. Also, we have the joint special, which is 35% off the starter kit or 35% more. So what that means is you can join Stampin' Up! And of course the Inspired Daisies team, which I have some watching us here. You can join, option 1 is awesome. You can join Stampin' Up! For $64.35. That is super, super cheap. You'll receive $60.65 in free products. Option 2 is you can select up to $168.75 for just $99. And that's $69.75 in free products. If you have sales tax in your state, you'll have to pay the sales tax, but your starter kit does come to you via free shipping. There's a bonus to attend On Stage at Home online crafting or gathering on November 11th, and that is for free. And there's no commitment or obligation. The choice is yours. Your first full quarter is January to March 31st. And March 31st is when your quarter requirement is due, and that's $300. You either need to sell or purchase or a combination of both. And if you're unable to do that, you still have the month of April to catch up. So that's over 6 months with Stampin' Up! And the Inspired Daisies team. I have a whole bunch of things that I do for the team and what we do as a team, as well as a download on my website, inspiredbygraham.com. You can click the URL and it will bring you a 2-page printout of what I offer my team and also a little bit about me. So that can be downloaded very easily. Okay, so Card Club, it is going to be live later tonight. If you're on my email list, it is going to come out. I just need to get the email together and do some photography tonight. Hopefully it'll come out. It's dark now, so hopefully I'll do my best to get some good photos of Card Club. So we are using this paper here. Now you're going to say, well, this isn't in any catalog. It's not in the mini catalog and it's not in the annual catalog. And you're exactly right. It's not. It's an online exclusive. So Stampin' Up! Is coming out with online exclusives, and they're going to get at least one every single month, maybe two. And this is really beautiful paper. I think it is beautiful. And I think I did a pretty good job designing the cards. But I'll just show you really quick what the paper looks like. And you'll receive a 6x12. So I cut the 12x12 in half. And you'll get 2 sheets of each 6x12. And the back side is just kind of a coordinating color that goes with the front side. I do use this pattern in one of the designs. I do use that one as well. So that's pretty peacock, by the way, and I use that color. This is my favorite pattern. I think it's just because it's really small flowers and are not like really bright and bold. They're very delicate, and I think this is one of my favorite patterns. This is Calypso Coral. I do not use this one here, but I do really like this side here. Now this is the page that you will fussy cut. I fussy cut every single one of these except this one here, which you can, and I'll probably do this time, and some of these edge ones here. Now the ones that are cut off, yes, I did fussy cut those because you can use them, and I'll show you how I use them in my cards. So you'll have 2 sheets of these, and I used every single one on the cards I created. I have one left, and the the bag I made earlier as my sample. And if you don't like fussy cutting, I'm going to tell you, I'm not very good at it, but this is easy to do. It's very, very easy to do. This is a pattern I did not use for some reason. You guys know I like greens, but I really didn't really like this pattern, and that's my honesty. You guys know I don't sugarcoat anything, so I didn't really like this pattern, so I didn't go with it. Backside is I would definitely use. I used this one too. This is my second favorite one, and that's a really bright, I think it's Parakeet Party, and that's a backside. So that is the patterns. So I have also teamed it up with the glittered organdy ribbon. Now, and this is not in the annual catalog, but it's still available. And if you didn't know that, You just got to dig around. So you'll get half a bolt of the glittered organdy ribbon, and it goes fantastic with the cards. And I chose the Tinsel Gems 4-pack. And the colors on here are, let me think if I can get them right. Lemon Lolly. Oh, geez, I'm going to get it wrong. And I don't think they're listed on here for some reason. And if you know them, I know this is Shaded Spruce. This might be Blueberry Bushel or Afternoon Azure. I don't know. There's a yellow one under there too. So anyway, that's what I'm teaming it up with. And also 2 sheets of Stampin' Dimensionals. Now that brings it to $21 and something. $21.34. Usually you get $20 worth of Stampin' Up! Products. I gave you a little bit more because just 1 sheet was under $20, so I stepped it up and gave you 2. The cards I created are here. So I added Winkastella, and it's really hard to see, but know that it's there. And it goes really nicely with a glittered ribbon here. Endlessly Grateful is in the Very Best Occasions. And I chose this stamp set because it does have some Christmas greetings on it. So down here with a little more sparkle and a little less stress, let's make this Christmas the very best. So that's the one there. And then here's another Christmas. May your days be happy, your heart be light, your Christmas merry, and the new year bright. This one also could be Christmas. May you enjoy the warmth of the family this season. Sending you smiles for every moment of your special day. That's kind of like probably wedding, anniversary, maybe birthday. I'm going to be making a birthday bag today, but you'll see the ones that I used for sentiments. It's a cling stamp set. So I used Endlessly Grateful for this one, and I did stamp on the Lemon Lolly. And see, this is fussy cut out. And I didn't go way down into here because it's not necessary. And I die cut, there's some vellum under here, and I used the steckled circles. And then I strung some of the ribbon underneath, and I popped up the flowers, stamped on the oval punch with Blackberry Bliss, and popped that one up as well. And then this one opens, and I use the Country Corners dies for your white piece in here. And here's one of the edge pieces of the 6x12 paper, and I added it to the inside of the card. And then here's a 4x5 1/4 sheet of the DSP. And then on the envelope here, this was an edge piece. I added this right to the front of the envelope. You don't have to do this, but I think that looks really nice. Getting that in the mail is super pretty. All right, so that's number 1. And then this one I made kind of I think it's like a sympathy card with Comfort and Love. Now these are new dies in my craft room. I just got them with the free shipping last week. They are called Radiating Stitches dies, and you're going to see me use these quite a bit now. There's 3 flowers here. One was a kind of cut in, like it was an edge piece. This one was edge piece, that's an edge piece, and this was a full flower. And I just kind of pieced them together, and you can't really tell that the 2 bottom ones are edge pieces. And then this is 2 sheets, different patterns. And on the inside, here's an edge piece, but I lined it up with the top of the die, and you can't tell. I mean, it looks really, I think it looks pretty good that way. And then this is a piece of the DSP underneath. And then on the envelope, I just pieced some strips of excess paper. So that's number 2. This one here is one of those puzzle panels. So I cut it, and then I can't remember what the size was. I have it written down on another sheet of paper. And then we cut it into 3 strips, and spread it out. That's Bubble Bath underneath, and then that's Berry Burst. There's another vellum piece under here with a Radiating Stitches rectangle. Country Corners die cut, which I cut down for the Thinking of You, and I've got the glittered ribbon underneath. I popped that panel up, and then on the inside here I use that same DSP that's on the front. So we open it up and it looks like you got another card inside. I did not put anything on this one. You could if you wanted to, but I thought this looks just great as is. And then I used some leftover strips here just to put it on the side of the envelope there. And then the last one is a birthday one, so it's horizontal looking. And I've got Fresh Freesia, Blackberry Bliss, and here's one of the bigger panels. And then I use the, what is it called? Nested Essentials, Blackberry Bliss panel. Here's one of the die cuts, or not die cuts, but fussy cuts. And then I've got Happy Birthday. That's just a 3/4 of an inch white strip. Here's a nice little bow over here. I've got those, what are they called? You know what I mean. Over there, and then you open it up. And then I actually put a Blackberry Bliss border around here. So it's just like the front. And then here's one of those edge pieces. I should have cut this down and rounded that. So it's just a sample card. So I would do that on the next one. So that's my card club. And then here's just another piecing of envelope or scraps for my envelope. So I haven't been putting paper on the flaps. I've been just using all the small pieces of the DSP to decorate the front of the envelopes and on the inside of the cards too. So I hope you like this. Like I said, I know fussy cutting, some people don't like it, but I can guarantee you this is easy. It's super easy. I was able to fussy cut that whole sheet while talking to my dad this afternoon, and he really didn't, I mean, I spoke with him for maybe 10 minutes, and it was less than 10 minutes that I had finished it. So anyway, I'm going to move on to create that bag. And let me just see if there's any questions before I move on and start scoring. So I've got the Simply Scored I'm going to be using. Okay, I just got some mosquitoes, so pretty. Yep, elegant. Okay, so yeah, the insides, I love how I decorated those this time. Okay, we are going to be making this small, I don't know if it's a black box or if it's not really a box because it doesn't have a top to it. So we'll call it a bag. But I'll open this one here. So what you're going to want to do once you get it to this part here, you're going to want to put your gift inside with tissue paper or whatever it is. And then you're going to clamp it, not clamp it, but close it shut. And then you're going to string your ribbon through. So this is that Christmas paper that's on backwater. Help me out, you guys. I haven't used it in it was my retreat paper. Mary or something like that. And then here's another pattern in there. Sorry, my stamping is way crooked. But we used the Petal Park Builder Punch to create the flowers here. We sprayed it with Stampin' Mist and crumpled them all up, and then we split them apart to make them look a little vintage-like. So anyway, we're going to make this one. I'm going to make it a little different because all I have left is this one here. So I'm going to probably play with this one a little bit to make something that will look good with this. Okay, so I have a piece of basic black, and it's 6 by 12 right now. You can buy certain colors of our cardstock 12 by 12. So you can make 2 of these bags with 1 sheet of paper. So now I've got a little template here. The card stock is, there's 12 inches by 6, and then you're going to score in the portrait side, which is a 6-inch side at 2 inches down. I'll show you how to do it. And then you're going to rotate and score on the landscape side, which is the 12-inch side, at 2 3/4, 5 1/2, 8 1/4, and 11. And then we're going to be cutting away this part here. That's why there's a circle and an X there. And then we're going to be cutting up on these score lines. We'll add our adhesive, and then I like to cut up the lines, then I burnish, and then I add my DSP. I'm not very good with 3D projects, so I like to take it wicked slow, and it's more of a confidence thing. I don't want to screw it up. So the way I do 3D might be totally different than how you do your 3Ds. So you're going to learn how I do mine, and you can say, oh, Karen, don't do it that way. But you know what? That's how my brain works. Okay, so I'm using the Simply Scored, and I know you can't see the whole thing. So I'm using the scoring tool that goes with it. Our Take Your Pick tool has a scoring tool as well. This, oops, sorry. There's 2 little points on here, one that's thinner and one that's thicker. The one that's thicker is for our DSP, and the one that's thinner is for our cardstock. So I'm going to use the thinner one. And then I'm going to find the 2-inch line, which is up here. Since this is going to be a really long scoring line, I'm going to take it slow. I'm not going to go fast because I don't want to go off the track, which sometimes I do. So I'm going to be, this is 6, this is 12, and I'm going to score really slow at 2 inches. Okay. Now I'm going to rotate. So I have the 12-inch side at the very top. And I'm going to score at 2 3/4. So over here, 2 3/4. Again, I'm going to go slow. All right, 2 3/4, 5 1/2, 8 1/4, and 11. Okay, I'll go over theirs one more time. So this is 2 3/4, 5 1/2, 8 1/4, and 11. Okay, so we're done scoring. I'm going to put this away out of sight. And I'm sure you probably can. I don't know if you can see the scored lines or not, but I do have, let me see if I can put the template in sight so you can kind of see it. I have this lined up just like this. So I have the little tab over here that's going to get cut off. We'll cut that one off first. I'm going to use my paper snips because that's what I have here. And I'll try to bring it up a little bit closer. So we're going to cut this one off. And then we are going to, we're going to cut up here on all of these score lines. This is a pretty easy bag. Okay, so I think we're done with that. So now you can kind of see these are little flaps. We have 4 little flaps here. Now the adhesive. I'm using tear and tape adhesive because you need something really strong. So it's either going to be tear and tape adhesive or Stampin' Seal Plus. And I like to put my adhesive, you're going to want to put it on this, or right next to the score line, and then over here as well. I do not like my bags or boxes to fall apart. So I do like to put 2 like lines of the tear and tape. Nothing worse than putting something in a bag or a box that might be on a heavier side and the thing falling apart. Okay, so now the next step is if you do not press your tear and tape down, I don't know if you can see, but there's little bubbles on the tape. I don't know. It's really, maybe you can see, maybe you can't. There's quite a few over here. If you don't press these down, the adhesive may come off the paper. So the best thing you want to do is you're going to take, I like to use my bone folder, and I like to get those bubbles out of there. And so I'm just pressing back and forth, back and forth. So I like to do that all at the same time. If I was mass producing these, like making 10 or 12 of them, I do all the same steps. So I would cut cut 6 by 12 pieces, and I would score them all, and I would cut them all, add all the tear and tape, and then the next step would be to form the box. So I like to pretend I'm putting it together first before I might screw it up. So this piece here, oh wait, no, I got to burnish first. Okay, so we're going to burnish on the lines. And I think, yeah, I put that on the wrong side because there's the mountain on the valleys. So this is the valley, and I should be folding it this way, but since I put the adhesive on that side, then I forgot to turn the other way. So anyway, I wasn't paying attention, but it's still going to work. So now I'm just going to burnish every single line, and that way it's going to fold really nice for you. And then we want to fold these up too. You could sell these at a craft fair as well. It's very, I mean, I don't know. You could do, maybe sell 3 of them. I don't know how I would price it. I would have to figure out how much I have invested in it and then go from there. But I would totally sell those at a craft fair. You could leave them empty so people could just use them, or you could fill them up with like candy or something like that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is pretend, because what we want to do is we want this to go, wait a minute. Oh yeah. So we want this to go over here to meet up with that score line, and this is going to get folded over. So then we have a box or bag, a square, okay? All right, so now we have to take off this adhesive backing. So I'm going to bring this all the way over and then fold that down. And again, I use my bone folder because I want to make sure that is good and secure. Okay. Now, there's going to be one side, 2 sides that are going to be smaller than the other one. And let me get my ruler. And it's kind of hard to tell in a way. I can tell on my side, but one side is going to be 2 3/4. And one is going to be, oh, I thought they were, yeah. One is going to be smaller than the other, I thought. Yeah, this one is, because this one's 2 3/4, but this one's going to be a little bit smaller. All right, so we got that formed. And so here is that seam. So we want, our adhesive is here, so we want to fold in these 2 And then we want this one to come that way. So this is the back of the box. Okay. So now I'm going to take off this. Now some people would say, Karen, put your DSP on now. I'm not going to do that because my brain doesn't work that way. I want to make sure that this box is correct before I start handling DSP. Okay. So now we have the box looking pretty good, or bag. I don't know what I keep calling it a box because I feel like it is a box. All right, now I'm gonna bring in my trimmer because I have not cut my paper yet because I didn't know what I would want to use, but I'm gonna use this sheet here because I've got it left over. You're gonna need 2 sheets or 2 panels of paper, and you want to cut them 2.5 by 3 3/4. So if you're using directional paper, which I am here, you want to cut down at 2.5. So I'm just going to cut here. Wait a minute. Yeah, 2.5. See, I question myself all the time. And then 3 3/4. Hopefully I think I can get 2 out of this one. 2 3/4. Perfect. I will keep this for my envelope flaps and card club. You can use that, by the way. All right, so now we are going to decorate our box. So we have this pretty on the front, and now on the back, we are going to cover up that seam so we don't see it. Okay, so I'm going to use Tombo glue because it gives us a chance to move our paper around. And this is a brand new bottle, so let's see if I can make a mess. Yep, there we go. And I don't have my silicone craft sheet because I need to clean that. Now, black is not in the paper at all. This is Pretty Peacock, but black goes with pretty much anything. So that's why I chose the black. All right, so now I'm going to flip this over. See that seam here? I'm going to cover that up. Again, I'm working with directional paper. So if you're new at kind of 3D building boxes or bags, you may want to start with pretty paper that is not directional and then move up to directional. Sorry, that was not on there centered, and I gotta pull it off so it is. Okay, there. Okay, so those are the sides. Now my hands are all sticky. Now I just noticed I got a little bit of cardstock off the edge there, and that's okay because when we use our paper snips, you can get so close up there, you can just trim it right off. See these little pieces of paper that just flew over there? That's what I had just cut off. All right, so this is what I'm going to do next. I'm going to pinch these in just to get it going. Okay. I'm going to set that aside. Now we're going to work on the front part here, which is this. And I wish I could kind of angle this up. So let me see if I can do that. Let me bring in this oval punch. This is a modern oval punch, and I used that on this one. Let me see if that, hopefully that you'll be able to see it. I think you can. Okay, so I'm using Blackberry Bliss ink. which for me does take a little bit to dry. So I'm going to practice with this because I think my little cling label is not on 100% straight. Just want to, yeah, okay. Actually, this one is, it's another one of the sentiments that is way off. Okay. I might want to stamp that up. No, I'm going to keep that because this is the one I'm going to be working with, and it's going to be trimmed down a little bit, I think, because that's going to be really big, I think. I'm going to leave that stamped down. I was thinking that I would turn it over and stamp it up a little bit higher, but I think it's placed where I need it. All right, so now we're going to be working with dimensionals. And I'm going to bring in this basic black scallop contours. This comes with the scallop contours dies. I like this one because it's got these little, the scallops are detached, but they're attached by the corner pieces. So I think that's like on the fancy side. So I'm going to turn this one over, and we're going to add 4. Actually, I'm going to add 5 because I feel it needs some kind of support in the middle. And now I'm just going to add that to the scallop contours die. Okay. Now let's bring in that box because I want to just see. What I want to do is I want to center it, but since this is going to be pretty big, but I think it's going to be okay. I just going to need to trim it down a little bit. So now we're going to add dimensionals to this piece here. And again, we'll add 5. Oops. There we go. And now I'm going to place this on this. And I want to make sure if I can tell which, okay, this is the back because I can feel that seam. So I'm going to put this on the front, and I'm going to lower it about 1/4 inch from the bottom here, and just under 1/2 inch from this, the left and right side. Actually, I can tell you. Actually, it's about 2/3 of an inch. And about 1/4 of an inch in the bottom, and almost a half, yeah, 1/2 inch from the top. So now we're going to take this really big flower and try to figure it out, how we can make it not look so it's so super straight across. Okay, so this is where I'm going to get my paper snips out and start taking this apart here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this down here. I might not even need to do much with this one. I'm just going to cut really close up to the berry burst petal. And this Calypso Coral, I'm going to just round this corner. Now this flower here, let me grab my card club. See how this is the top on this flower. So it's got to be kind of at the center going upwards. So we will go like this. It's actually pretty good. It's still a little harsh, so I'm gonna need to figure out how I can make it a little bit more rounded without it making it look fake. So let me think how I can do this. I think if I just kind of round it a little bit here. And maybe round this a little bit more. It's not going to be perfect, but I'm not going to throw this out because it's beautiful. All right, so now we want to add dimensionals to the flower so we can get it up off the white. And we'll have to be careful because we don't want to put dimensionals on too far out because it's not going to stick on anything. Okay, so probably just the berry burst flower. So I need kind of using my thumb here as a point of contact. So now anything down here is fair game. I think 4 is pretty good. I can still put them on here if I need to. And I might need to do that. Oh, I know what I need to do first is I need to punch holes in the top of the bag. I need my single hole punch, and I know I brought it over here. Just gotta find it. My desk is actually pretty good. I haven't destroyed it, and it's gotta be right in front of my eyes. I have a backup, so I'm gonna grab the backup. Okay, so we need some holes here in the top here so we see I punched the holes in here, so we need to guide the ribbon through. So I'm just going to take a 3-hole punch and kind of eyeball the center. I'm going to use a scallop contours die because there's a center hole there, and I know that is the center. Now I can squeeze these together, and then I can do, hopefully I can do this. Now I'm gonna go through that hole. No, I'm not gonna be able to do it. This is an older hole punch. So, but actually, look at that. I pressed hard enough, so now I can see where that circle is. So I'll just slide this in and punch. So now we have our holes there. That will line up, and we'll be able to thread the ribbon through. Okay, so now let's grab that flower that I just misplaced. If I lost that beautiful flower, I'm gonna, oh, there it is. There it is. Hold on, it's under my dimensionals. All right, so remember this one goes up straight. So we're gonna sneak that one in there. It's okay if it goes over the edge. It's not like a card where it's not gonna go, we're not gonna put this in an envelope. So now we just kind of make sure it's gonna stay on there, which it is. Now you would put your gift in there with tissue paper, what have you. I'm going to cut some of that sparkly organdy ribbon. I'm gonna have to sneak it through the front side. You want to angle cut your ribbon so you have a little point on it. So I'm going to thread it through here, and then we're going to thread it through the back side. Oops, there we go. And then you want to, I think a big flowy like bow works really nice. So you want to get a lot of this ribbon out. Then I like to tie a knot, just a knot to hold it tight. And then I'm gonna just tie a knot from the back side. Or not a knot, a bow. Hopefully. Really hope you can't hear my husband snoring. He's like wicked snoring. He doesn't know I just told you that. Okay, I think that's pretty good, not too bad. I'm not gonna fuss with it. I'm just gonna cut this down. I think the last thing we need to do is, like I did with Card Club, I'm gonna add some Linkostella to the flower. So I like to just do some little brush strokes around the darker parts of the petals. I know some people like to fill in the whole thing. I don't. That's not my favorite things to do. I just like to give it a little bit of sparkle, but not like overkill. And I even do the leaves. Okay, the last thing, I did say the last thing. I gotta put some tinsel gems on here. I think I'm gonna pull off. I don't know if anybody got the colors for me or not. The only colors here that won't work are the blue because there's no blue in the paper. But I think I'm gonna choose the yellow. So there's not a lot of white here. So I'm gonna they're two different sizes. So I'm gonna take the biggest one and put it up here. And then the little ones, I'm gonna put one right here on the white. And then another little one. Let's try to form a triangle. No. Let's see. This is hard because there's not a lot of room. I'm just going to put it here. No, it's overkill. I'm going to put it over here. Not a lot of white on this one. Okay, so that is your bag, and it's your 3D. I know a lot of you have been requesting 3D. Is Lynn on here? Because she better be. And I don't see any comments from Lynn. But Lynn, if you're watching, you better be watching. So this is the one we made together. Super cute. And then here's one of my samples. And then here's another one. And I'll go over Card Club with you just in case some of you are just coming on. This is going to be going live in about, I don't know, 45 minutes to an hour. It's a very short window just because things got in the way this month. So I'm actually just designed this today. Monday is my work day here at home with Stampin' Up. So, and Wednesdays and Fridays. So I was able to get this done. But here's the paper. It's really beautiful. And this is not in any catalog. It's an online exclusive paper. So that's why you can't find it in the catalogs. And I used pretty much every design except for one of the fronts. This is my favorite one here, the very delicate pattern. This is the sheet that you will fussy cut. I would just sit down and fussy cut all of them because you'll use all of them, even the edge pieces. See what I mean? So here's one of the full ones, and here's that little, it's like a bubble bath color flower that you'll go by. This pattern I did not use. I just don't like the combination of the lemon lolly and the leaf. And my second favorite. Okay, so there you go. And then, so you'll get a 6x12, 2 sheets each. And then you get the 4-pack of the tinsel gems. And then you'll get 2 sheets of Stampin' Dimensionals. They'll come in a pack like this. And also you'll get half a bolt of the organdy, glittered organdy ribbon. And I think that's it, right? Here, yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed my 3D project. Oh, let me just put it here. I think it's so cute. And here is the other one that I created earlier. It goes really nicely with this, with the card club for this month. So, and I'll show you guys the cards once more. So Endlessly Grateful, you'll make 2 of these. And this one is I cut a 1 inch off the Blackberry Bliss panel. So you see the inside of the DSP here. And here's that edge piece. Everything's all Wink Stella on it. So that's one. And then Radiating Stitches is going to be probably one of my favorite dies. And this one opens up this way. And then here's one of the envelopes I created with some scraps. And then there's a 3-panel, I don't know what you call that design, but I used the vellum with the Radiating Stitches rectangle. And here's the Country Corners dies in the middle. And then here's the Happy Birthday card with Blackberry Bliss, Nested Essentials, and then this is my favorite one. I used Fresh Freesia as the background, the cardstock for the card base. And then here's some bits and pieces that I use for the envelope. So this link will be available probably in about 1 hour. So if you're not on my email list, you have about 45 minutes to an hour to get there. You can join my email list by going to inspiredbygraham.com, and a pop-up will appear. So you can just fill that out and it will go right to my constant contact. And then you'll be automatically added in. So let me just go through and see if there are any questions. And if there's not, I'm going to get going because I got to work tomorrow, my day job, unfortunately. Let's see. Oh, Winter Meadow. Thank you, Debbie. Are you going to be doing any craft fair projects soon? Yes, I am going to be. My next live, usually I go live on Mondays now. My next one will be a craft fair project, which will most likely include, it's going to be a craft fair kit as well. Crafts by Kathy Marie. Oh, awesome, Teresa. You're doing a craft fair on December 2nd. Awesome. Okay. Thank you, Debbie. Pretty Peacock, Blueberry Bushel, Berry Burst, and Lemon Lime Twist. That's the reason why I chose the 4 tinsel gem pack, is because 3 out of 4 of the colors are in the gems or the paper. So that's why I chose it. And the blue you can use eventually at some other time. So Anyway, I think that's all I have for you guys. Send me an email if you have any other questions. It's Karen at inspiredbygram.com. I'll have everything in the description box momentarily. Just takes me about 15 minutes to get that going. So I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you next Monday. All right, you guys take care and be well.